Welcome back, my Unveilers. I literally just made that name up off top. Well, welcome back to episode 8, guys, of Unveiling Jess podcast. As y'all can tell, I'm getting more used to this thing. Like, I literally got off 2 minutes ago. Like, I clocked out 2 minutes ago. So for me to wind that up and then get in the headspace to come here and do this, it has been a process, as everything else, in life is, but a good one, a really, really good one, a fun one, and a heart desired one. So, with all that being said, I honestly think, guys, we are wrapping up this season. I was gonna do 7 episodes because, as you know, this is a faith-based podcast, and 7 is the number of completion. 7 would have been our last episode, but we're gonna just give this is gonna be called kind of like the finale. It's not gonna even necessarily be like episode 8. It's just gonna be the finale because it is one of my most highly requested story times. Though I've told this story before, I haven't realized that I really haven't told it in totality. Like, I haven't given y'all like a backstory, kind of following up into the day of the accident. So that's what this episode, the finale, will be. Before we get into it, I have just been really loving this prayers and promises book for teachers. And at this point, y'all need to sponsor me. I'm not sure who wrote this, who's the author, editor, but yeah, I've been bringing y'all up. People been asking about y'all because of my episodes. So come sponsor your girl, okay? But anywho, we're going to kick the show off with this, and then we're just going to jump right into the story time, y'all, okay? So I'm just going to open up to a random page. And for those who do not know what this book is, it's a book of prayers and promises for teachers. But at the end of the excerpt that it gives you on each page, it's a question. And I just like to pose the questions to myself and my viewers for you to kind of like ponder on, answer yourself, and then for me to answer in real time. So I literally just opened up, and I already read that one the other day, so I'm not going to read that one again. So I'm going to open it again. And okay, so this one is pretty simple. How can you encourage yourself and those around you good health? How can you encourage good health on yourself and those around you? That is going to be very short and sweet. I mean, the most encouragement is when you walking up them stairs and you out of breath and you only halfway up and you got 3 more flights. That should be encouragement enough. I mean, good health is wealth. As we all know, like, if you're not at your optimum or pretty close to, you're not going to be able to perform daily tasks at your optimum. So, I mean, that's kind of like a no-brainer to me. Like, get in the gym, start eating better. I even promote to my kids. Like, I'm not a teacher that just gives them candy every day for prizes or whatnot. Like, I give them like the little Welch's fruit snacks or like crackers or just something that won't be getting stuck in their teeth, popcorn, something along those lines. So that would be my encouragement to keep yourself in good health, guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have chopped this story up. I've fit it into 1 minute and 30 seconds within a TikTok reel. I have said it on live. I mean, this is just going to be like the permanent place where you can always go back and refer to how Jessica Valentina Thomas was paralyzed. Straight like that. So, I'm just going to give y'all a backstory. So, backstory is 2018, right? 2018, I'm at PV. Having a good time. At this time, I'm supposed to be reaching the end of my college career. I had went into college 2014. And after that 4-year mark, I'm supposed to be, winding down, maybe a year left because of whatever extenuating circumstances that we're not going to get into. But all in all, I just remember having about 33 credits left. And 33 credits left is definitely not giving you finna graduate in the next few months. And I remember a lot of my friends were about to graduate. And so I was just really getting in that space. And these are friends that like I was real close with. Like I kicked it with, like these are my still today friends. And so at that time, just to kind of show you where my mind was, like I just remember like my friends, like, you know, actually getting serious like at the end because they finna graduate. And I'm still kind of like thinking, baby, I'm almost 2 years from graduation. And I started to just kind of like isolate myself in my mind because I just felt like, man, like all the playing, all the late nights and not so early mornings because I wasn't getting up going to class, like they were starting to catch up with me. And it just kind of all fell, right? And so I'm like I'm in my books heavy now, y'all. I'm in my books heavy. I'm sitting with the people that know the answers. Like I'm trying to really like get serious about my academia. So it's about what March. Yeah, it's about March. We're about to go to spring break. We went to Miami this year. It's so funny how many things that I did before the accident. Like the year of my accident, I had went so many places, done so many things, and I think that was just God kind of like giving me a little more extra fun time. But anywho, yeah. So we was going to Miami for spring break, of course, because me and my friends, baby, we went somewhere every year since freshman year for spring break in college. Like that was just the thing to do, and that's another story time. But so yeah, did that, came back April, you know, some friends getting ready for graduation, pinning ceremonies, all that, cool. Then May hits, they graduate, hoorah, congratulations. And it's summertime, it's time to go home. And we in the semester, those of us who didn't graduate, we ended the semester, packed up, and we're heading home. So now I'm at home at this point. I am in a relationship. I'm not gonna say on again, off again relationship because we really wasn't on again, off again. We was just a long distance relationship that couldn't handle long distance. Like we just wasn't mature enough for long distance. So anytime we would get mad at each other, like, or we would get to a point where we just felt like we didn't have no more to say, like we would just kind of like not break up, but break up. But at this point, it's May. I'm back home for summer, and I'm just kind of tired of the like up and down and the just the roller coaster of what that relationship was at that point. So I call him and I'm telling him like, and y'all, this is all like playing into the story. I'm telling him like, you know, I don't want to do this no more, blah, blah, blah. We had that conversation. And so like, it's like we broke up, but to me, in my mind, it was really kind of just like a break. But because we were still talking, we were still texting, but it just wasn't on a consistent basis like it would have been. So fast forward, I'm home for a few weeks now. I started hanging out with a guy friend that I had kind of, every episode I kind of like hear myself using a new word that I repeat repetitively. This week is like I keep hearing myself say but anywho, so I'm hanging out with this guy friend. This guy friend is this particular guy friend is somebody that I've always wanted to talk to, and I would say the same for him too. But we were such loyal people that we never talked to each other because we were always in other relationships. Like mostly him though, like he stayed in a relationship through high school, and I was in a relationship through high school. Most people didn't know. I'm gonna bring my my high school ex on because we're still really, really, really good friends to this day. But so yeah, so we're talking, like we're hanging out almost like every day at this point. I'm at his house, he at my house. Cool, we kicking it. So this particular day he comes over and we had like a routine in the this particular summer. Like I would go get him. I don't know where his car was, because I remember him having a car, or maybe, I don't know. But I would go get him from wherever he was, and like we would just hang out. Like either I would go back to his place or he would come back to mine. This day he came back to my place. So we came back to the house or whatever. We chilling, doing whatever. Cool. We end up leaving the house, and he was like, "Do you want to go get our dad something for Father's Day? Because it's Father's Day weekend. Mind you, it's June 15th weekend. So yeah, that's Father's Day." So we like, okay, cool. I'm like, I ain't never really just got my dad enough for Father's Day. Like, now that I think about it, because I ain't never really just been breaded up like that. So I was like, I got a few dollars. Like, come on, let's go. So we go, get in the car. We headed up 1382. We're going to, what mall did we say we ended up going to? We ended up going to the outlet. We was on our way to the outlet. So boom, this is the funny part, and this is so funny, y'all. Like, when he said outlet, the first mall that dawned on me to go to was Cedar Hill, Uptown. Like, that was kind of like the outlet that I knew. Like, I wasn't thinking about Grand Prairie. I've never to this day haven't went to Grand Prairie outlets. I don't know why. So funny enough, when he said let's go to the outlet, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I head up to Cedar Hill. So I pull up to Cedar Hill. He get to looking at me. He like, what are we doing here? I'm like, we at the mall. Like, we finna get our daddy something. You know what I'm saying? Something for Father's Day. He like, it's not really nothing here. Like, you know, we don't really have that many stores to choose from at Cedar Hill. So that's when we officially decided to go up 1382 to the outlet, to the actual real outlet in Grand Prairie. If it were up to me, we wouldn't even been going up the outlet. I mean, we wouldn't even been going up that way. And that's just kind of how God works. So cool. So we leave Cedar Hill. We're on our way. And I remember him like falling asleep. I'm just cruising. I'm not speeding. I'm not like, you know, I'm not anxious to get there. Like, we're just chilling, you know? So I'm driving, cool. One light, cool. It's about 3 lights on the way up the road till you get onto the actual 20. So, second light, cool, made it through. And then it's like, all I remember is I'm moseying on, finna go through that third light, the light right before you finna hit 20. And I see this Jeep. It was like a dark navy blue Jeep. It's coming up like out of a neighborhood. And we're about to go through the light. But I see the Jeep. And it's at that point where it's too late. Like, I'm in my head, I'm noticing it's too late. So I'm like, okay, boom, I'm finna try to swerve. Like, I'm trying to go this way to at least minimize compacts or kind of like miss them. Y'all, so I swerve. I'm not thinking about the oncoming traffic that's coming the other way. So when I swerve, I had to kind of like stop from hitting the traffic that started to come on the opposite side. So then at that point, my car starts to spin. So now we spinning. And it's like uncontrollable. Like, I feel like I'm on the scariest ride I never asked to be on, and I'm trying to wake him up. So now I ain't even in control of the wheel because I'm trying to get him up because he's asleep, remember? So as we're spinning, I'm saying Maish. That's the guy's name, for those that don't know who was in the car with me. And he never wakes up. So as we're spinning uncontrollably, we hit a pole. It's a pole that kind of like, I guess, separates the right side from the left side if you coming from my view. And as we hit the pole, more oncoming traffic is still coming. I guess they not realizing. I don't know. A red truck then hits us, impacts us, and we've been ejected out of the car. So he goes out the window, his window. I go out the back window. And you probably thinking, how? None of our windows were down. But I'm guessing all the impact prior to had done created some openings within my car for us to be y'all, I can't even make it make sense, because for one, I was paralyzed instantly. So when you think about that, it's like, how are you in a car and then you end up on pavement and your legs don't work? You know, like, it's just, I'm still thinking of how it went down. So I'm ejected out of the car. He's ejected out of the car. I'm now on hot pavement, right? Hot. It's summertime. It's June, y'all. So just imagine how hot it is. And I'm sitting myself up like this because it's so, like, my back is broken. Let's start there. My back is broken. And when I release my hands to go down, as like to just give myself some relief from trying to lift my body weight, it's like I'm being I'm getting ran over by 18-wheeler every time I try to release my arms. Like, my body is literally in shock. It's going all type of places. It don't know what to do. It's trying to respond in some manner, but literally all I'm feeling is pain every inch of my body. I don't even know how I didn't like go crazy in that moment, because I still remember myself. I remember the pain, but I remember myself still being calm and able to, like, have conversation to try to see what was going on with my passenger. So as I'm sitting there, wig, y'all, off. Just like, I really want y'all to picture this for my visuals. Like, wig is off, and I'm laughing now because it's funny. Like, just to even think of, like, my wig and my little twigs being, oh Lord, y'all. So wig is off. I'm at this point, I'm like, okay, where is Maish? Like, I don't see him, I don't hear him, you know, and I can't move. Like, I'm stuck. So I'm asking the person that has now came over to check on me to go check on him. They're like, they like, okay, hold on, he's unresponsive. Like, he's not saying anything, he's not responding to them. So 911 obviously has been called at this point. So we see them rushing up. I'm telling everybody that's, like, near me, like, literally shoot me. Because I'm really thinking, like, my life is over. Like, I know what's going on. Like, I can't move my legs. Like, that's all I can't move my legs. Like, I can't move my legs. Like, I'm paralyzed. That's what I knew. Like, I've known one person prior to me that was in a chair, which was Corey Bonner. Anybody in Dallas, anybody in DeSoto know Corey. And because Corey and my brother Carrie were best friends in high school, I knew Corey, like, on a very personal level. I knew his mother, I knew his father. Like, I've been to his house, I've been in the trail van, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've pushed, like, you know, we was, so that's really the only, like, point of reference I had. So I knew that I was paralyzed because my legs didn't move. I at least knew the word. So cool. So they tell me he's unresponsive, I'm paralyzed. The ambulance is coming up. They rushing out. It's about 5 of them that come over. That get out of the car, but only one comes over to me to check on me. The others go over to him because he's unresponsive. So they put him onto the emergency room. And sorry, y'all, I'm so many places right now. But they put him onto the stretcher. They put him onto the emergency van, and they take him off. And then they're over here looking at me, like, they're looking at my back. I'm still holding myself up. It is no way that I could have released myself. Like, anybody who's in a wheelchair knows, or I feel like they would know what that feeling feels like if they've ever been in that position where they were still awake while their back was broken or whatever had happened, like, if they were still conscious. So they are, like, literally, like, kind of, like, looking at my back, and they're being very, like, quiet. They're whispering, and they're, like, touching me very carefully. So, like, as they did him, they got him and put him on the stretcher. Boom, he gone. But for me, they were being just very strategic. So I'm in my head, I'm not really understanding why, but I'm just like, okay, come on, like, I'm just ready to get some relief. So he goes and gets, like, one of his other buddies. And then he goes and get, like, another one. And then now I know all 5 of them are over here, like, okay, y'all, we gotta, I hear him whispering, we gotta move her very carefully. We can't do it too much this way. We can't do it too much that way. Or it'll, like, oh, and then all I hear is everybody, like, like, they're so surprised at whatever my back must have looked like in that moment. And the fact that I was even just conscious while it was happening. So they end up placing me, like, very carefully on the stretcher, and they put me on the van. They cut my shirt off, I'm completely naked at this point. Obviously I got my drawers on and like a bra. And they I what did they do? They started asking me like all these different questions. And in that moment I just realized like this is really happening. You know what I mean? Like I'm really like I just got into a very tragic car accident. Can't walk, but I walked to the car to get here. Like, you know, like okay, cool. Like I'm just going through all these different mental, like, I don't know, it's almost like a dream. So I get to the hospital, and when I get to the hospital, I just remember like just this like calmness and just like blankness filling my whole thought process, my whole body, my whole just nervous system. I'm just literally just like I'm just like I remember it being cold. I remember it just being just very like not pitch black dark, but just very dim. And I don't know if it was dim where I was, but I just remember everywhere that when I opened my eyes, it just was dim. And they pushing me, and it's going so fast, y'all. It's like a track meet. Like they pushing me, and I see like it's like I see Kevin walk, and then I see Carrie, and then those are the only two people I see. Those are my brothers, for those who don't know. And I don't even know how they got there before me. They must have got my number, my phone. I don't know. But I see them, and I'm on my way to get some CT scans. And as I'm getting the CT scans, they start asking me for my mom's number. They started just rambling, trying to get x-rays and just all these different things that were going to, you know, be conducive to the next plan of action. Calling the doctor because it was the emergency surgery that had to happen within a 4-hour span. They said if I didn't have that surgery at that time, everything just could have went a lot differently. So thank God for Dr. Not Pravesh. I'm literally thinking about the resident. Dr. It was Put something, but it was along those lines. It was a PA something. And thank God that he got up out of his bed and came in and worked on me. And I just remember as I'm waiting on him, and as they're scrambling, trying to get everything together, and the chaplain comes in, he's asking me for all this different information from my parents, I guess so they could give them a call. And everything just starts over for me. Like in that moment, like unknowingly, I just feel like my whole 26 years of walking was just wiped, and I had just been reborn and put on this earth to do a new thing. Like, and not to say that that's the mindset I was in at that time, but just the complete, like, I didn't have nothing to say. I wasn't sad. I wasn't crying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't feeling anything. It was like I was just here for the first time, but I knew I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, I knew that this was happening because of situations and experiences, and really just how God really ordained it to be. Like, not to say that it had to be the wheelchair, but he was going to sit me down. Whether I was going to do that graciously, because he gave me many red flags, we would say nowadays. But all in all, it was going to happen. And knowing the tyrant that I was, the bullheaded person that I had been growing up all 27 years. Oh, I'm talking about 27, y'all. This was back in 2015. 22 years at this point. It didn't surprise me that it happened that tragically, you know? And I just remember going through that 4-hour surgery. I get rolled back into my room after surgery. I'm in the most excruciating pain that I've ever been in my life for weeks post surgery. And I remember a few visitors. I don't remember many. If I did have any, I don't remember because I was just so blank. I was so blank. I was so blank. Like I just was so blank. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know how to cry. I didn't know how to do nothing. I just knew how to stare into space in hopes that God was gonna take the baton at this point, because I had nothing in me. I had absolutely no fight. I had been extinguished of everything, it felt like. And yeah, so I'm in the hospital. Those coming days, I'm very sick. I lost 20 pounds. I remember my friend came and seen me the next day. Thank God he ended up being okay, because now he has a family, a beautiful family, beautiful partner, and is living beautifully, so it seems, outside looking in. So, kudos to him and her. But yeah, I remember him coming up. I remember like his brother coming up, giving me a card, giving me some flowers, blah blah blah, the whole ordeal. And I remember smiling. I remember smiling the next day. I don't remember who or what put it there, but I remember being able to have the capacity still to smile even in the storm. And I just don't remember how it, like, I don't know how it got there. And so all I can attest that to at that moment is God. You know what I mean? Like, everything in every story and every experience, every traumatic event, I can only say that I made it here to this point where I can smile for no reason. I don't have to have one, because God is giving me everyone. God has just always been the common denominator, the bottom line, just the saving grace, the all in all, the counselor, the mother, the father. Like, he has been everything when needed. And that's the only way that I can continue to excuse me, guys. I can continue to encourage you guys throughout your journey, is to link up with God. I was brought up Baptist, missionary, baby. So y'all know, like, I was blessed enough to have that foundation to go back to. A lot of us, some of us don't have that foundation to go back to recall on in tough times. All we know is what we feel, what we may have heard, and just like what God has downloaded, and we have, assessed. Okay, y'all, I don't know what's going on with my throat. I literally almost choked. But yeah, all they have is what God and the Holy Spirit has downloaded. So I don't know why I said assist. But even then, like, start there. Like, people think that you have to be like this perfect person, or you have to, come a certain way. Like, God is going to prune you. God is going to groom you. God is going to take away. God is going to add on things along the process. You are not coming as a finished product. He doesn't expect you to. Even the ones that feel like they are the almighty high, them be the main ones that got the longest process. You know what I'm saying? So don't be discouraged by what you don't know or the background that you didn't have to go to him, because you have a background, you just don't know it. Like, you come from him. So it's not going to take him long to remind you where you come from. So when you get in your bag with God, he gonna get in that bag with you, and he's going to start downloading things to your spirit man, that you're going to be able to use day to day to become that optimum person, to become that God-fearing man, to become that God-fearing woman, right? Like, and that's really the woman and man that we all desire to be. Like, whether or not we voice that, whether or not we see it as that, whether or not we we equate our desires to God's desires. But all in all, a lot of the times when I hear people talking about the desires of their heart, the things that they want for their future, it aligns with the things that God wants for them as well. So just imagine if you could get on one accord with him about what you want. Who better than to give it to you? Who better than to help you sustain it? Who better than to show you how to navigate those different intricacies that you're gonna have when he takes you to those higher places? Like let's be real, mom and dad can't teach us everything. He's still downloading things to them for their next place, for where they're going. So I say all that to say, y'all, like, I'm gonna beat it over y'all head to the day that I leave this earth to get in y'all's quiet place with God. You do not have to know Genesis to Revelations, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. Ooh, baby, I done forgot it. See? And I'm still a God girl. It's okay. I don't have to know all of them by heart. But what I do have to do is be disciplined so that I can keep getting the strength to do the God things. Because, baby, he is strong in our weakness, and we are weak. Like, we are weak. I don't care how strong you think you are. That's a weakness right there. You know what I'm saying? Being too high and mighty is a blind spot. So, y'all, I don't care if you got to create a Bible study with you and your homegirl. I don't care if I have to create one and we all just get on once a week. Whoever can attend. If you can't attend, cool. It's like you miss Wednesday service. Okay, we'll play it back, come back next week. Like, if we got to get on and just read and pray and just, I don't know, just start there. Just start there. Because I'm another person. I need to get more in my Bible. Where God is calling me to, my natural gifts are not going to be enough to be able to take me or carry me where he's calling me to. It may be good for a person that's, immature in the word, but if I'm going to keep being a doer of his word, I got to read it to know what to do. Like, I can't keep just saying, oh, he talking to me. Baby, you talking to you too. So let's be able to differentiate who's talking and who's not. So, I don't know. It's just kind of like going to school and never opening your book. Like, yeah, you could probably finagle it, but you're not going to have nothing to take with you. Like, you're not going to have no truth of your own. All you're going to know is what somebody else told you, what you cheated in knew, or whatever the case may be. So, it's no cheatingness. It's no fast pace. I mean, it's no easy route. It's no shortcut. Like, you got to do the hard things to make it easy. So, I don't know, y'all. Y'all know I say that a lot because I don't have all the answers. But I do know where to start. And that just starts with you accepting God as as your Lord and Savior. And, baby, asking him to guide your steps. Renew your mind and sanctify your heart. Start there. And I promise you, he gonna meet you where you are. He did it for me. And I can tell this story over and over again with a smile on my face because it doesn't define where I'm going. Because I'm still not done yet. He's still not done with me. Like, we got many, many more things to accomplish, okay? So to my unveilers, keep unveiling the things that are behind the curtain that the devil is trying to deceive you into not getting past, so that you keep running this circle, this rat race, doing the same thing because you feel like you know something that you don't. You really know nothing. So I love y'all. Today was literally like a natural episode. I ain't got no makeup on. I came in my work clothes. Like, we just jumped right on in it today, but that's cool because it's not about that. I want y'all to see more of him and less of me. So, yeah, until next time.